Success to me is really a feeling of happiness and being contented at where you are right now in life. Seize every opportunity that you definitely want to partake in, and don't be afraid to say no to certain things. But when you say yes to something, seize the moment and live in it. I believe that's the only way that you will be successful in anything that you're doing. Grew up in a single parent home with my mom and two sisters. My dad wasn't really around. So I was about 8 when they finally broke up and went separate ways. And from then on it was just mommy and granny and auntie. I didn't really have like a steady man figure in my life. It didn't affect me so much in a negative way because I think my mom actually covered the majority of the grounds that he was supposed to cover, taking up both roles. He wasn't really like missed all that much now, right? It wasn't like every day. Like daddy. It wasn't really like that, you know. What I miss though is like me growing up and trying to develop myself as a young man. I didn't really have that fatherly advice around me. And as I said before, I just had to kind of figure it out. And that's what I did. I was raised in Diamondville. I could say I was raised in Diego Martin, but I moved a lot growing up. I lived at Arima, Malabar at one point in time. I lived Santa Cruz. I lived Pity Valley. The anxiety was definitely there, especially moving a lot. I was placed in a lot of positions where I could have taken the wrong path. You know, like when I used to live in the valley, I always remember a good friend of mine came to my mother's front door and asked me to hide a gun for him. I refused, and he was furious with me. That is where I started realizing that in this life, you can't get away from making enemies, and you can't get away from the way people may think about you. I knew I had to do certain things in order to protect the females in my family because I was literally like the only man around now. Even though I was a little boy at the time. I felt that I had that responsibility to just protect them in that way by not making silly decisions. At home was always the clown, was always the person when you want to hear a good story, like, Rodel, come, just come. And I would come out in my drawers and I always have some story to tell or something that I saw on TV that I will just reenact. And well, when I was in school, I was known to be the class clown all the time. It was not a bad experience growing up with an all female family. That is what kind of helped me in terms of being in touch with my emotional side a lot. And I think it created a balance for me because I always knew from a young age what I wanted to do, which was to be a part of the entertainment industry. Not so much comedy, but just to be a part of the entertainment, whether it be behind the camera, in front of the camera. I just know I wanted to do entertainment. That was it for me. And in 2012, actually, I said I wanted to go into the film festival. The production was a little poor. It was poor. Like there are certain parts were too dark, certain parts was the audio wasn't on point. But I mean that wasn't so important to me at the time. It was just like, hey boy, we actually did this, we actually got a production and people enjoyed the show because it was a horror / comedy. And we was outside after movie time and big people coming up to me, like, great movie. I'm like, what are you talking about? That was a mess. But thanks so much for the encouragement, and that's what actually made me continue going into video production and eventually starting my own company. And that's where Blue Moon developed. even if you don't have the best equipment, you might not have the best team around you at the point in time. Wherever you are in life, you just need to make do with what you have in front of you, and whatever it is you want to do with it, just do it. Just take the risk and you just do it. I did spend some time around my father, and when I made the decision to go up the road, it didn't really slide well with my mom. She never really told me like upfront, like, I don't want you to spend any time with this man. It wasn't like that. It was like, oh, why are you going, my father? Oh, well, all right. Well, I hope you enjoy yourself. It was more like that. So, packed up all my stuff, went up the road. It started off as just on the weekends, I go up. But the relationship with myself and my brother was growing so good, and it was a good feeling to just be around another boy, and play football in the yard and go and meet girls in the mall. And those are the times that I really, really, really missed, and got the chance and the opportunity to do it with my brother. And that is where it kind of spilled off into me getting to know my father a little more. He was a different kind of human being, boy. Like, the rules in the house alone. He had one rule I'll never forget. You don't help me make it, don't help me spend it. That was like one of the number one rules. What I realized about him, though, is that he had a certain amount of loneliness that he didn't really used to express a lot. He was all this, he's a Rasta man now, so he all hardcore. And what you creaming your skin for? Big man don't cream skin. Like, you couldn't cream your skin and thing in this man's house, huh? Right? If you catch your cream in your skin, there's a little girl, Yeah. I used to hide to cut my fingernails and thing. And then this woman came into our life, and literally within the space of 2 weeks, she was moved in. She moved in with her kids, and every single thing just changed. Like, everything that we had just went down the drain, and everything was just different from then on. We literally lost the room that my brother and I shared together. We used to sleep on the same bed. We lost that bed. He put us in the back to sleep on a piece of sponge, and her children just, it was like we literally didn't exist anymore in his eyes. That's how I felt. Like, we didn't exist because we couldn't understand why, all this time we working together. How come you treating me like this all of a sudden, It reached a point where he actually told, well, he ended up selling the business. And then finally, we opened a concrete factory where he made 6-inch, 8-inch blocks. And when I finally kind of gave up on the relationship in that way, was when the doctor told me my foot was fractured. I couldn't walk for like 2 weeks. Went back up the road. Not even 3 days into me resting, I hear a knock on the door. And you feel like you could come back out, boy. I need a little help in the factory, boy. You feel like you could just come back out. You don't have to walk or anything. You could just drive the forklift. And I only double-decker bed. I'm like, this man crazy. I can't even walk. I can't walk. And at that point in time, I said, nah, boy, I really need to do me. Let me focus on me for a little bit. Yes, I really want this relationship to work and, get to know him like that. But he on a different agenda right now. And I think it's time for me to focus on me. What I really took from the time spent with him and my brother, I believe is just being in a situation everybody always expects to receive positive from it. But that's not life. If you only receive positive, then how are you going to learn? I receive negative energy and positive energy, and it taught me, that whole experience taught me that as a man, you have to have balance. And I always believe in having a balance between your spirituality your physical aspect and your mental aspect of being a human being on the whole. Those three aspects are really important, and I was really off balance at the point in time. I moved in with my grandmother, and she was living on her own. Everybody, all her children went there, they had their separate lives. So I don't know what I was embarking on, but to this day, it is a learning experience for me living with my grandmother. She's extremely, extremely old school, but I think she teaches me so much even up to today. It was about 23, 24. I always remember that particular night because that was the first time I was actually becoming a godfather to one of my close friends. She had a daughter, and it was the christening. They had a little party after, and her cousin, who was with her daughter, didn't have her drop home, and she was living on the Lady Young. And in passing over the Lady Young, I got into an accident. It happened so fast. It happened really, really fast. It was just lights and bang, and it was a head-on collision. And I remember in that moment, they said your life just flashed in front of your eyes. That didn't really happen. All I kind of remember from that situation just before the impact happened was somebody doing so and holding me. Like, because I walked out of that with minor bruises, even though my right leg still gave me a little trouble from the accident. At any point in time, you could leave the earth. You could leave, and what are you going to leave here for people to really take and kind of fit into their life to create a kind of positive outcome? I was kind of at a low point in my life at that time. I had a girlfriend. We had a nice 4 years together, and she decided that she wanted to be a police officer, and that kind of changed everything. I gave that relationship my all. Like, people used to be vexed with me because I was literally always by her, And when she decided that she wanted to become a police officer, I was all for it, supported her straight through. And then the seasons just change. Like, the seasons real change. It was, oh my God, that's my baby. Hi, this is Rodel. To, well, I'm going out. No, you don't really need to come. You don't really need to be there. It's like, okay. So it just switched. I fought for it for a little bit. We were back and forth. Then eventually, she got pregnant. And I was spending some time with her at the point in time, and I left to go down the road by my grandmother to see about the house, because I was kind of back and forth there. And when I left the Friday, I get a WhatsApp dread. A WhatsApp with a picture with 2 lines saying, yeah, it's positive. And I was like, oh, well, thanks for that. Thanks for just, that whole moment was lost where, you're with your significant other. It's like, yes, I'm pregnant. Like, pregnant. We have that baby. That moment wasn't there. It was WhatsApp. Thanks so much, social media. I got that message. People always tell me that it's not good to keep a relationship just because of a child, Rodel. It's not good. But again, my relationship with my father, knowing that he was not wrong, I really did not want that for my daughter or son at the point in time. So I really just wanted to make the relationship work, no matter how much bacchanal was going on at the point in time. I was sure that I wanted to stay in the relationship and really give my daughter the days of her life being around her father and her mother at the point in time. But eventually, all of that went down the drain. And then to me, I realized to myself that, hey, even though you're not with this person, that doesn't mean you don't have to have an active part in her life. When my daughter came into the world, it changed everything. I kind of settled down and became a little more serious, whereas following my dreams and really going for it, because it made me feel like, yeah, you're running out of time, you know. Like, by the time you blink and you turn around, your daughter going to be 18, and you going and be, they might pay in a home somewhere, and, you know, your life just going and pass you by. So I had a nice portfolio, and it just wasn't, the videography wasn't working out. I needed a little more than just that, especially knowing that I had a little child to take care of. It became more of, this is where your bread and butter is, than this is a hobby. It needed to be more than just a hobby. I remember it was dead silent that day. Like, nobody was home. I was just taking my morning detox. And it was just as silent as it is now. And I heard somebody whisper to me and say, you are your own product. Like, there was literally no song whatsoever. Nothing was making noise, and I heard it clear. You are your own product. After I pondered on it for a little while, I told myself, I say, well, you best start to do some videos and really put yourself out there. At that point in time, it wasn't really to gain no attention and be like, hey, look, we're already doing videos, and it wasn't that at all. All I was trying to do is build an audience for Blue Moon Productions. Whether it was just video I was studying, you know. I know I have a bubbly personality. Well, not really bubbly, but a comedic side of me. But I guess I was just exploring, and it turned into something beautiful. Well, I'll never forget the first video that I did. It was just a statement. It was, ladies, for 2015, I am going to be your guardian angel. Hashtag get a man and keep him project. That's where it started off as. And yes, definitely to a certain extent, it did relate to what I was going through at the point in time. In each one of my 16 characters, you know, some people call me bipolar. Each one of my 16 characters, definitely a certain percentage of them is somebody that I probably encountered unconscious to me. You know, some of the characters just built by just me saying, you know, I'm going to try this. Not knowing that was a past experience that I had with somebody, and, you know, you get a little flavor, you're putting a little flavor there, and it just developed like that. So yeah, majority of the characters, to a certain extent, there is someone that I encountered that lives within those characters. When I now started, it was definitely personal for me. Yes, I was venting a lot, but how my brand is now, I don't think is no longer so much me venting and angry at the world or my situation. I think I've definitely grown a lot from where I first started to where I am now. I'm still kind of learning the business aspect of it, because yeah, it might be all fun and laughter for everyone else, but I'm actually trying to use this as more than just ha ha ha. I'm actually trying to make a career out of the Rudy brand, you know. And in terms of the experiences that I probably had in the past, as I say, I don't regret it, and it definitely made me who I am today. I want to learn from my experiences and, you know, make my own interpretation of life. What I gather the most and what I take from it the most is that I have grown a lot from when I now started to now. I want to talk about the truth that the world doesn't want to recognize right now, which is, yeah, we so focused on politics, yeah, we so focused on religion and what's going on in Syria and even in our own country. But really, and really, truth and in fact, everything goes straight back to the home and the relationships that you have with your kids and your extended family and the family that you see all the time and the people that you spend time with on work. So it doesn't really matter how much guns are being brought into the country or who is in power at the point in time. If you raise your children the correct way home, we wouldn't have all these problems right now. So that's the truth that people just don't want to face. People don't like to hear the truth. People don't like to hear the truth. Let me be real. So with humor, when you add humor to it, yes, you could get a laugh, but somewhere inside there is like it will resonate probably in your subconscious. Be like, certain parts of that kind of could relate to, but the laugh just covers up that feeling that you might not want to feel at that point in time. Comedy is the most beautiful, awkward way of telling the truth, and with every line of comedy, there is some sort of truth behind it.